Hello and welcome back on PACIS TV. This is the time for the news in English on the 9th of June 2026. My name is Benjamin Kwizera and these are the headlines. In Nyaruguru, some residents of Kibeho sector in Nyaruguru district say they are pleased with the way the councillors and development partners week began, particularly through efforts to address challenges affecting their welfare. The Vice Mayor of Nyaruguru district in charge of social affairs, Assumpta Byukusenge, has commended the leaders and the members of ADPR Church Nyaruguru Parish for their continued contribution to improving the welfare of genocide survivors. His Lordship Bishop Edward Disinayobye reminded Christians that Eucharist is the source of love and unity. In international news, welcome to our news in the details. This is the news brought to you in partnership with the Credo Hotel located in Huye district, southern province of Rwanda. Some residents of Kibeho sector in Nyaruguru district say they are pleased with the way the councillors and development partners week began, particularly through efforts to address challenges affecting their welfare, including helping vulnerable families. News in detail. The Councillors and Development Partners Week in Nyaruguru District officially commenced this Monday in Kibeho sector with the aim of jointly addressing issues that negatively affect well-being of vulnerable residents. Anastasie Nyonsaba and Jean-Marie Vianney Uzaramba, residents of Windobo village in Mandasel, Kibeho sector, Nyaruguru district, are among the vulnerable people historically marginalized and left behind. They said that community work carried out by district councillors and development partners to renovate their houses, which were in a very poor conditions and risk of collapsing, has restored their hope for a better future. They explained that the support has given them renewed confidence because before renovations, they lived in constant fear that their unsafe houses could collapse on them and their families at any time. These houses were built before, but they were not good. Especially during rainy season, we suffered a lot because the way the houses were built was not convenient. We used to suffer because we lived in a very risky houses. The mayor of Nyaruguru district, Dr. Emmanuel Murwanashyaka, said it is important for the district leadership to work together with development partners to solve problems that affect citizens' welfare. He commended the district partners for their contribution toward helping residents escape poverty. At the same time, he urged those partners who have not yet implemented initiatives aimed at reducing poverty to actively participate in improving living conditions of poor households. In Nyaruguru district, we started the week of counseling and partnership. That is under the theme, all together we resolve the problem that affect social welfare. This is a week that normally based on partnership with the residents and partners. We work together to resolve all the problems that people are facing. As a part of this program to address social welfare challenges, councillors and development partners in Nyaruguru district also carried out various support activities in Kibeho sector. Some vulnerable residents received cows, while others were provided with roofing sheets to improve their homes and construct or renovate sanitation facilities. The Vice Mayor of Nyaruguru district in charge of social affairs, Assumpta Byukusenge, has commended the leaders and the members of ADPR Church Nyaruguru Parish for their continued contribution to improving the welfare of genocide survivors. News in detail. As Rwanda commemorates the 32nd anniversary of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, it is recalled that more than 250 former members of ADPR Church Nyaruguru Parish were killed during genocide and were laid to rest alongside other victims in various memorial sites across Nyaruguru district. The president of Ibuka in Nyaruguru district, Sirdio Habimana, stated in his remarks that genocide survivors appreciate the role of ADPR Church continues to play in supporting vulnerable survivors, helping them to rebuild their lives and regain self-reliance. We gather here at ADPR, and most particularly to commemorate the victims of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi here at ADPR Nyaruguru. We thank ADPR leaders and Christians for the contribution you make during the period of commemoration. The Vice Mayor in charge of social affairs, Asumuta Byukusenge, thanked the leaders and the members of ADPR Nyaruguru Parish for their initiative in building a house and providing decent living conditions for Mukandanga Theodosian. She also urged them to continue teaching Christian values to their members while promoting national unity among Rwandans and combating any ideology based on hatred, the division that led to 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. It is very important for us to know the history. Ndumunyarwanda is a source of unity and energy as Rwandans. As ADPR, you have done many things. For instance, this house for Theodosi. You played a big role, so you helped us as leaders. Thank you for that love and compassion. Vice Mayor Asumuta Byukusenge further reminded ADPR leaders and members, particularly those of Nyaruguru Parish, that remembering the victim of 1994 genocide against the Tutsi is a responsibility for every Rwandan. She encouraged them to be true Christians by avoiding any behavior that could undermine national security and unity for Rwandans. During the celebration of the Feast of the Most Holy Body and Blood of Christ, the Bishop of the Diocese of CYANGWA, or His Lordship Edward Sinayobye, reminded Christians that Eucharist is the source of love and unity. He emphasized that it is also a remedy for venial sins and a spiritual safeguard that helps believers overcome human weaknesses that can lead them to the sin. News in detail. Nijibesya Orma Elve is one of the children who received the first Holy Communion on this feast day. He said that he understands that in Eucharist he receives, he encounters Jesus Christ himself. As a result, he is committed to continuing to receive the sacrament by first examining his conscience and seeking forgiveness for his sins. The parents of these children also noted that they have responsibility to help them to grow in faith and always be prepared to receive the Eucharist worthily. First of all, we must train him to join some Catholic families so that he will better understand what is inside the sacrament he received. We will educate him that he must always be clean whenever he is going to receive Christ. The celebration was also marked by Eucharistic procession, an activity that Christians say reminds them of their journey of faith and their calling to continue walking with Christ. In his homily, His Lordship Edward Sinayobye urged the Christians to participate in a holy mass with a heart focused on God and to always be prepared to receive the Eucharist. He stressed that those who receive it is strengthened to resist sin and grow in love and unity with Christ and with another one.
Eucharistia n'umuti w'ibyaha ku buryo bubiri.
The Eucharist is the cure of our sins in two ways. In the way of cleaning us, and the Eucharist serves as the weapon to avoid all sins. And it is a cure that protects us from being weak.
Uturinda za ntege nke zihora zibogamiye mu gucumurira Imana.
As Catholic Church observes the feast of the Most Holy Eucharist as an opportunity to reaffirm faith in the real presence of Christ and to thank God for this gift left to humanity. Bishop Edward Sinayobye continued to remind Christians that Eucharist is the center and foundation of Christian life. He encouraged them to receive it with faith and a pure heart so that they may deepen their union with Christ. The priests of Jesuit order who founded and continue to manage Mizero Technical Secondary School TSS located in Kamembe sector Rusizi district have continued to receive praise for the courage and selfless dedication they demonstrated during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. They played a significant role in saving the lives of many people who had sought refuge from the killings. These tributes were expressed during a commemoration event honoring former students, teachers and school leaders from institutions across Rusizi district. Francois Tegekimana, a survivor of the genocide who was living in Kamembe at the time, testified that the Jesuit priests became like parents to many survivors, helping them regain a sense of belonging and family after losing their loved ones. Hategekimana further highlighted the many acts of kindness the priests extended to survivors, including providing essential support and helping them to return to school so they could rebuild their lives. He used the occasion to encourage young people to appreciate the values of the Jesuit community, emphasizing the humanitarian spirit and compassion that its members displayed during one of Rwanda's darkest periods. According to him, their actions remain a powerful example of humanity, solidarity, and service to others. Father Innocent Kamanzi, a Jesuit priest, explained that the motivation to help children and families who had lost everything came from their faith in God and their desire to restore hope and a sense of family to those who had been devastated by the genocide. He stressed that compassion and service to others are values that should guide every person. The Jesuit order has been present in Rwanda for more than 70 years, having first arrived in 1952 at the invitation of King Mutara Rudahigwa III. Since then, the order has played an important role in education, character formation, and communities. The bravery shown by Jesuit priests during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi continues to be remembered and celebrated as an enduring example of humanity, love, and one's neighbors and moral courage. After a short commercial break, we are coming back with the international news tonight.
Martin Haduya, crafting the future.
From 11 June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches on dedicated channels, live on SuperSport.
Available with DSTV English Plus. Subscribe now to your package and enjoy all channels for 30 days. Get a Canal Plus HD decoder for only 5,000 francs.
rero ugiye kutubwira impamvu zatumye hitamo kuza gusaba akazi hano.
Bwa mbere nza gusaba akazi hano nari nabitekerejeho mbabarire murakoze mu by'ukuri numvaga mfite ubushobozi ndetse n'ubushake.
So kutiteguye bihagije ni ukutaryama neza. Gonda Farm, le paradis du matelas.
Banyarwanda, rya shuri rikuru ry'abafurere b'abayozefite rikomeje kuba ubukombe mu gushyira ku isoko ry'umurimo abize ubumenyingiro bufite ireme.
Iryo nta rindi ni St Joseph Integrated Technical College ryongeye gufungura amarembo ku bashaka kuryigamo.
Banyeshuri, amahitamo ni ayanyu. Kugeza abanyeshuri bari kwiyandikisha muri Bachelor of Technology, muri Information Technology cyangwa Construction Technology.
Kwiyandikisha byaratangiye kandi bigeze kuri. Dore ko amasomo azatangira ku ya 29 Kamena muri uyu mwaka.
uwiyandikisha yitwaza inyemezabwishyu y'amafaranga 44,000 by'amafaranga y'u Rwanda, fotokopi y'indangamuntu, diplome iriho umukono wa noteri na transcript z'imyaka 3 kubaje kwiga muri BTEC.
Saint Joseph Integrated Technical College iherereye i Nyamirambo mu mujyi wa Kigali imbere y'urukiko rw'ubucuruzi. Ku bindi bisobanuro wahamagara nimero iri kuri ekara yawe. Saint Joseph Integrated Technical College, igisubizo mu bwubatsi n'ikoranabuhanga birambye.
Icy'ingenzi ntabwo ari ukugira diplome ya kaminuza. Uyu munsi birahagije kuganira n'umuntu byonyine ukamenya ko yize muri kaminuza ibonetse yose cyangwa se ko yize muri kaminuza Gatolika y'u Rwanda, Catholic University of Rwanda, by'umwihariko mu ishami ryayo rya Kigali. Ubu abazi guhitamo neza batangiye kwiyandikisha muri Catholic University of Rwanda Kigali campus ikorera Nyamirambo. Abashaka kwiga mu mashami y'uburezi kwiyandikisha mu gihembwe kizatangira mu kwezi kwa gatatu, March intake, byaratangiye muri Postgraduate Diploma in Education PGDE. Aba biga muri weekend. Hatangwa kandi amasomo muri Department of Education in Sciences mu mashami ya Economics and Computer Science, Mathematics and Computer Science, Mathematics and Geography na Mathematics and Economics. Hari kandi Department of Education in Arts and Social Sciences mu mashami ya English and Kinyarwanda, English and French, French and Kinyarwanda, English and Kiswahili, Economics and Entrepreneurship, English and History, Economics and History na Economics and Geography. Uhitamo kwiga ku manywa cyangwa se mu biruhuko. Twakira kandi abanyeshuri bafite A1 muri education bakeneye gukomeza amasomo yabo ku rwego rwa A0. Iyandikisha unyuze kuri wa#CUR/AC/RWA. Wanahamagara cyangwa ukandika ubutumwa kuri 07 83 18 86 26 cyangwa 07 33 21 46 78 cyangwa none 07 88 52 41 98. Wanandika email kuri curkigali-campus@gmail.com.
Yemwe yashuri bose bashaka ni College Fondation Sinagera.
Mama we.
Iri ni ishuri ribumbata icyerekezo cy'u Rwanda twifuza kuko ritanga uburezi buhamye mu mashuri y'inshuke, abanza, icyiciro rusange ndetse n'amashami y'imyuga n'ubumenyingiro mu buhinzi, ubworozi, food processing, ubwubatsi, ubukanishi bw'ibinyabiziga, fashion design, gutunganya imisatsi, ububaji n'ubusuderi. Hari n'amasomo y'igihe gito short courses mu mashami yavuzwe haruguru aherekezwa na practice zihagije kuko abanyeshuri bigira mu nganda za Sinagera. Sinagera International Football Academy yigisha abana guhera ku myaka 6 gucunga ruhago sawa sawa, atletism, imbyino nyarwanda no kwiga amategeko y'umuhanda no gutwara ibinyabiziga nabyo biri mu nyongera y'amasomo. Abana biga amashuri y'incuke n'abanza basoza ibyo byiciro bose bazi gutwara igare. Umwana wa segonderi we atahana uruhusa rwo gutwara ibinyabiziga. Witinda kwandikisha umwana ku ishuri kuri Nyirangarama cyangwa ku mashami ya Sinagera Entreprise Urwibutso hose mu gihugu. Ku bindi bisobanuro hamagara 07885123 cyangwa 0788305999.
College Fondation Sinagera.
Twubaka ubukungu bushingiye ku bumenyi. Muri Gicurasi kuri Canal Plus wicikwa n'imikino y'indyankurye aho umwami wa Premier League azambikwa ikamba, FA Cup igahamya ubukaka bwayo, uwegukana Ligue 1 ahangwa imboni, Bundesliga yo ikimpaka. Muri Liga mwaba muzi uzitwa igihangange cya Espagne. Naho ku ya 30 Gicurasi umunyabigo zandika amateka mu mukino wa nyuma wa UEFA Champions League. Kuko ugomba kubaho ibyiza bihora kugeza ku ya 31 Gicurasi. Gura bone musanzwe ugura wongereho 2,000 uhabwa amashani yose ya Canal Plus na DSTV English Plus. Gurira ku mucurizi wemewe no kuri Mobile Money.
Umubyeyi nyina wa Jambo yaratugendereye Kibeho n'umugisha w'ijuru.
Yabonekeye abakobwa 3, Alphonsine Mumureke,
Natalia Mukamazimaka na Marie Clara Mukangango.
Abaho ubutumwa bugenewe isi yose.
turahirwa kubona umubyeyi w'ijuru nyina wa jambo no kwiyumvira icyo yavuze.
Imyaka 25 irashize hatangajwe ku mugaragaro icyemezo cy'umushumba wa diyoseze ya Gikongoro gikemura burundu iby'amabonekerwa y'ikibeho.
Hari ku itariki ya 29 Kamena mu mwaka w'ibihumbi 2001.
Murararitswe ikibeho ku nguru ya Bikira Mariya ku wa mbere tariki ya 29 Kamena umwaka wa 2026 mu munsi mukuru w'isabukuru y'imyaka 25 y'itangazwa ry'icyemezo cya Kiliziya gikemura burundu iby'amabonekerwa y'ikibeho.
Umunsi mukuru uzabanzizwa n'igitaramo cy'abaririmbyi kizabimburirwa n'igitambo cya misa ku cyumweru tariki ya 28 z'ukwezi kwa gatandatu umwaka wa 2026 guhera saa 10.
Nimuze tutaramire nyina wa jambo dusangire ibyishimo by'icyemezo cya Kiliziya ko nyina wa jambo yaje iwacu ikibeho.
Azarababwira ati musenge muhinduke. Azarababwira ati nyina wa jambo.
Welcome to our international news tonight. His Holiness Papa Leon XIV visited Santiago, Israel. Israeli airstrikes hit a Lebanese city of Tyre after Iranian warning to stop attacks. The Israeli military has carried out strikes on the southern Lebanese city of Tyre a day after Iran called for attacks on Lebanon to stop. Lebanese media report that at least 8 people have been killed by Israeli strike in the country's south today. On Monday, Iran and Israel said they would pause strikes after both sides breached the ceasefire. How they got there, and now many people are losing their lives in the south of Lebanese city and the other parts of the country. And that story takes us on the end of our news edition tonight. But before we come to an end, let's go back to the top stories. Some residents of Hibeho sector in Nyaruguru district say they are pleased with the way the councillors and development partners week began, particularly through efforts and address challenges affecting their welfare. The Vice Mayor of Nyaruguru District in charge of social affairs, Assumpta Byukusenge, has commended the leaders and the members of the ADPL Church Nyaruguru Parish for their continued contribution to improving the welfare of genocide survivors. His Lordship Edward Disinayobye reminded the Christians that Eucharist is the source of love and unity. He emphasized that it is also remade for venial sins. In the international news, he's very much once again for being with us tonight. This is PACIS TV English News. My name is Benjamin Kwizera and I wish you a very wonderful night.